Hi, I'm Lauren Taylor, and thank you so much for joining me today in my craft room. I have a color in chat video today, and this month I'm going to be using Heffy Doodle's Ghoulfriends stamp set with this cutie little pumpkin. It also has a corresponding die set so you can die cut out your images. I've already created my two coloring guides today. I'm going to be sharing how I use my Spectrum Noir Illustrator markers to create a pastel rainbow of colors. So I'm going to be doing a pink, golden yellow, a more yellow green, a teal green, a light blue, and purple. And here you can see all six of them together and just how cute they are. So I've stamped out some pumpkins with some black ink that is alcohol marker friendly. I've got my markers in just a little box next to me so I can keep them close. And I'm just going to start following my coloring guide. And I've zoomed in here so you can see what I'm doing a little better. And I actually did not speed up this video today because it's pretty repetitive, the coloring today. This is the exact same coloring every single time in the pumpkins. It's just different color combinations. So we're going to have a lot of free time to chat in today's color and chat video. So first I am starting with the stems of my pumpkin, and I am using RB, so red browns, in 2 and 1. Now the tiny little stem on this Ghoulfriends pumpkin stamp, you really could just do one color. It's so tiny. Creating a shadow on the stem really isn't completely necessary, but if you're going to use this guide on a different type of pumpkin or a larger pumpkin, I just wanted to show the two colors that I chose to really complement the pastel look of these pumpkins. The first color combination I'm going to do is pink, and for this I'm using my PP markers. I'm using a set of 3, starting with 4 as the darkest, 2 as my medium tone, and 1 as the lightest. And then for the orange or yellow part of the pastel rainbow, I'm using my golden yellows, the GYs, and I'm using 3 as the darkest, 2 as the mid-tone, and 1 as the lightest. For the green, or the more yellowy green color, I'm using my LGs, and I have 4 as the darkest, 3 as the mid-tone, and LG1 as the lightest. And you can just see that I start with adding my darkest tone for these 3 colors as kind of like shadows on my pumpkin. I do not color up to the edges of any of the external lines of the pumpkin, if that makes sense. So where the two sides of the pumpkin meet the middle, on the sides, I am coloring on the black line, but for the center part of the pumpkin and for the edges of the pumpkin, I am not putting any color of my darkest shade or my medium shade. And that's just so I can have brighter edges of my pumpkin, and that kind of gives more of a rounded look to the stamped image. So it's kind of like there is a shine to the edge, and it just gives it more of a rounded feel. I've learned this from watching many other colorists, so I am not saying that I discovered this. That's definitely not it. But from watching other really amazing folks who color, this is something that they do, and I really like it, so I do it myself, and I have included it on this coloring guide. I will go over with the lightest color and fill in that area. You could also leave it white if you're going even more pastel and trying to have really light edges, and that would really give a nice kind of shine to the image, like there is a really pale light coming off and bouncing off the rounded parts of the pumpkins. But I went ahead, and as you can see here with the yellow, I am coloring in the image completely. It's just those dark and medium tones where I leave some space again to have those light edges. And finally, I'm working on the green, and again, it's the same exact process as the other colors. So now that I think I have explained how to color all these pumpkins, I'm going to keep going. You'll see all of my coloring in this video, and even for the next coloring guide with the green teal color and the light blue and purple, it's the same process of adding in the darkest color, bringing that color out more with the medium, and then finally covering the whole image with the light. I will add a little bit of texture, and I'll talk about that when I get to it after I am done coloring. So for the chat part of this video, what is new? It has been a very crazy October. I had a birthday earlier this month. It was a lot of fun, except for the part where I was sick the week before. Definitely doing voiceovers and videos is hard to do when you're congested and not feeling 100%, but I didn't have as many posts earlier in this month as I would have liked, but I'm working on them now, and you'll definitely see a lot more content from me the rest of the month. I also have some fun products that I'm going to be using and revealing, like with Spellbinders, a new release, Simon Hurley new release, and I am also a guest designer for Pretty Pink Posh for October and November, which is so cool. I'm so excited for that opportunity. Obviously, also really excited to be asked by Simon to do some videos for using his products, and of course, Spellbinders. Some new products from them as well. I'm just really excited to have so many opportunities. I feel so lucky and so blessed, and I know a lot of that is because of my followers and subscribers. So thank you for following me and liking my things, because that's part of how I am able to have such wonderful opportunities. So really, really blessed and excited, and it's going to be a very busy end of month, but I'm looking forward to it and all the fun that comes with it. So for adding the texture to these pumpkins, I don't know if you saw, but I took the darkest shade of each of my colors and added just little dots here and there. I have no rhyme or reason. I just kind of apply different pressure. So I had some larger dots, some tiny dots, and just added a little bit of texture to my pumpkins, a little bit of interest. And then I have a white gel pen where I added some highlights, again, keeping the highlights to the edges of those 3 parts of the pumpkin and on the edge of the stem, because that's where I am creating my light source bouncing off, right? Because I'm not coloring in the along the edges to leave that kind of shiny look to my rounded pumpkin. So now I'm moving into the green teal, and I'm using GTs 3, 2, and 1. Again, 3 is the darkest and 1 is the lightest. For the light blue, I'm using IBs, also 3, 2, and 1. And for the purple, I'm using the PLs, again, 3, 2, and 1, really using the lightest shades of these colors, so that way I have that pastel look to all of my pumpkins. So while I finish these final 3, let's see what else is going on this month. I will be showing my Christmas on the 25th video a little earlier this month because of a release. I wanted to time my video of the release the day that the products release. So my Christmas video will be a little earlier than normal. And then for Halloween, since it is October and it's actually Halloween, I'm going to do a little giveaway to my subscribers here on YouTube. Since this is where I do a lot of my content and where most of you use my links, my affiliate links, which I am so thankful for, I wanted to do a little giveaway of some of my favorite scrapbook.com goodies and basic supplies. So look for that video at the end of the month instead of a Halloween on the 31st video, because it is Halloween and I thought I would just take a break, and I probably will do the same in the Christmas time. I will be traveling towards the end of the year to visit some family, so we'll see what kind of videos happen at the end of the year. But I've overall been thinking about the design teams I'm on and the work that I'm doing and the opportunities I've been getting. And there's another opportunity that I am so excited about. I don't know if I can say it yet, so I won't. But there's another stamp company that I love that I will be working with them. And so as soon as I can say more about that, I will. I'll put a little post in the community, or you can always probably catch my announcement on Instagram, Facebook, or in my Facebook group. I did do my latest scrapbook.com creative team unboxing in that group. So if you're not a part of my Facebook group, you can use the links in my description to join our little virtual crafty club. So make sure, if you're not a part of that, check it out. And what else? This is the longest I've had, I think, in a color and chat where I could chat about things. I am wrapping up my last pumpkin, so I will add those little dots and white highlights again. But yeah, I've just been thinking about where I want my channel to go. I've, been trying different types of videos this year with batch birthday cards, Christmas on the 25th, Halloween on the last. I always try to do some type of interactive card or a shaker card each month, and of course my color and chat. But I am thinking about maybe starting to do some series videos. Like 12 Days of Christmas or, 13 Days of Halloween, which it's not going to happen this month, obviously, but maybe next year. But I would love to know like what kind of videos inspire you the most and what you like most about my channel. Please, constructive criticism. But I would love to have some ideas because I want to obviously make videos for you, not just for me. So please let me know in the comments maybe what your favorite part of my channel is and what videos you'd like to see as I start planning out the rest of the year and next year. Okay, so now my coloring is done. Here you can see I colored my pumpkins on a background for this card. I actually used brown ink instead of black ink, and I really love the look. I used it with Kraft paper, and my sentiment also has a really pretty iridescent shine to it using Therm their glitter dust, which is a new to me product, and it was a lot of fun to add that iridescent shine to my sentiment. I also have a few gems that I glued onto the card, but kept it overall very simple. I hope you enjoyed this coloring guide, and you can always save it using the links on my blog or on Instagram as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll click like, and if you're new here, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. As always, you can find everything I use down below in the description box. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye!